Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with the second hour of today's show, April 16th, 2013. April 16th, 2013. We are live today, April 16th. If you're listening and it's April 16th, it's live. If you're listening and it's not April 16th, it's recorded. This is the day after tax day. 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933 is the number to call, 866-582-9933. Looks like John from New Mexico has been hanging on for a while. Hey, John, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden, how are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for the call.
Thank you. I have something to bring up with you about gluten sensitivity. I went to my doctor, and I know you hate MDs, and especially the integrative ones, which I'm actually seeing. One who is actually practicing homeopathy, but I had a gluten sensitivity test, and the fecal anti-Glidden IgA came up with a score of 22 units where less than 10 is normal. The anti-tissue transglutamase IgA had a count of 7 units where less than 10 is normal. So the test shows that I have gluten sensitivity and says don't have gluten anymore. And I have several problems that I've been dealing with for a while that I think are gluten-related, but I need a little bit of help trying to dial it in. And a couple things. My doctor, he's concerned about my cholesterol. My LDL is 177. My HDL is 42. He's not worried about my total cholesterol, which is 241. My lipids are only at 121, which is pretty much normal. But some of the things that I've been dealing with, pretty semi-chronic cough for at least the last month and a half to 2 months. Chronic postnasal drip for years. And then I've had quite a bit of on and off congestion, fluctuating between allergies, because it gets really windy and all the mountain cedar and everything up here kicks me off and gets me going. And then it's turned into a cold, and then it goes away, then it gets allergy, then another cold. I've been dealing with that for several months. And then I've heard Dr. Wallach talk about herniated discs and degenerative disc disease. I had an L5-S1 and an L4, L5 herniation. Recent MRI says that there is no herniation, but there's degenerative disc disease going on. And then for the last 4 years in my left ear, I have had what I'm going to call seasonal tinnitus. So between about November and April, May, I get a low-pitched hum in my ear, which I think is related to stuffy nose and everything. And then I've been getting splinter hemorrhages in my left and right thumbs. And I've also had quite a bit of elbow pain, especially in my left elbow from an old baseball injury. And that's been going on for 2 to 3 months where it just won't give up. And I'm not going to take the poison, anti-inflammatories.
Well, all right. So that condition and the problem in the back are different arms of the same octopus, right? It's a breakdown in the connective tissue in the body, which might have been sped up by, the stress of your life. I mean, I don't know what you do for a living, but, if you're a ditch digger or a lumberjack, then those parts of your body, or a carpenter, right? Those parts of your body are going to wear out faster than if you're a desk jockey. Now, the splinter hemorrhages in the fingertips, that's a copper deficiency. Do you have gray hair or white hair?
I do. I have like maybe 2 or 3 gray hairs. I'm 48. I'm totally ungray. My brother's been salt and pepper since he was 35.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's been white since he was 35. I mean, to look at the both of us, it's like frickin' frack. All right. So anyway, the spider hemorrhages in the fingertips. Most likely, that's the telltale signs of a copper deficiency, and it's just showing up in that part of your body. The chronic sinus condition and the postnasal drip, especially if it's related seasonally, is...
No, it's all the time.
It's all the time? All right.
Yeah.
What's your blood type? Do you know?
I am O-neg, CMV neg.
All right. So have you ever gone completely dairy-free?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, try that for 21 days in a row. By the way, this would be an interesting little experiment. Don't have anything from a cow for 21 days. That includes steak, all right? So no steak, no hamburger. You can have lamb. You can have elk. You can have venison. You can have whatever else you want as long as it doesn't come from a cow, and certainly no milk or milk products, no cheese, no yogurt, unless, of course, it's goat cheese or sheep's cheese or whatever, all right?
Okay.
And in that 21 days, you want to look to see whether or not the postnasal drip stuffy nasal thing resolves or gets any better. And if you're not really sure how it's going, then on day 22, you want to just overdo it with milk and meat. You know, have like a glass of milk and cheese and yogurt and, a great big hamburger, a great big steak, and see how you do. And then you'll know for sure whether these things are problematic for you. You might be okay with meat, cow's meat, beef and hamburger and stuff and steak, and not be okay with dairy. You may be okay with yogurt, but not okay with milk. You may be okay with milk, but not okay with cream or whatever, or ice cream. You got to kind of dial it in and figure it out. The gluten sensitivity, of course, compounds everything and just makes everything worse. And by the way, that test that you did is neither sensitive nor specific, and so there's oftentimes false negatives and oftentimes false positives. So I wouldn't bet the farm on the results of that particular test. The acid test of a gluten intolerance is do the same thing. Just stop eating gluten for, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days, whatever suits your fancy, in a row. And then the very next, once that time period is over, the very next day, eat a bunch of gluten and see how you feel.
I actually did that and started experiencing more an increase in elbow pain again.
Well, there you go, right? And
I'm off of the wheat again.
All right, you got to be off of barley, rye, and oats also.
Yeah, I never have that anyway, so it's not
all right, good. All right, now you've got seasonal allergies, is that correct?
Yeah, I would say I have, every season. Constant post-nasal drip, constant clearing of my throat, and but I'm really stuffed up right now. I mean, and I've been that way for months.
Okay, so and is the stuffed up things, does that get worse in the springtime or not?
Yeah, it's worse now for sure.
Yeah, all right.
And it's all clear. It's just thick, clear mucus.
Yeah, all right. So the Cell Shield RTQ would be something to overdo it with now. Cell Shield RTQ, because the Q in the Cell Shield RTQ stands for quercetin. And quercetin is a plant-derived biochemical which stabilizes the cells in your body, which release histamine, which make you all stuffed up and give you a runny nose, especially if it's allergy season. So, I would do 6 Cell Shield RTQ a day. Do those between meals, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2, and 2. Only problem with Cell Shield RTQ, and it's a long shot if it's a problem whatsoever, is if you overdo it with quercetin, you can dry your mucous membranes out too much. So if you start getting, your lips start getting too dry, or your tongue gets really dry, or your eyes start to dry out, then you've taken too much. You need to back off. But it's really, really hard to make that happen. Every once in a while it does happen. So I just want to give you a heads up. It's really difficult to make that happen with quercetin, okay, unless you're a little kid. All right. Now the other thing is, with the addition of the Cell Shield RTQ and the little no dairy experiment, it's going to be a very interesting 4 weeks for you. And while you're looking to see what happens into the bargain, every time that you get a little flare-up of the nose symptoms, I want you to write down on a piece of paper or on your iPhone or something the very last thing that you had to eat or drink. And, don't have any qualifiers there. Just whatever it was that you ate or drank, just write it down. And then when you've had a little flare-up 4 times, you want to look at the list and see if there's anything that's similar on the list. And then you'll be able to really kind of dial in any extracurricular food or beverages that might be aggravating the nose condition. And that's one of the hardest things to do with a chronic allergy or a chronic nasal symptom or a chronic symptom anywhere in the body, because you've had it for so freaking long that you're just like, oh my God, your mind can't even wrap itself around it anymore. It's too big, right? But if you start to be mindful about the possibility of food or drink aggravating the situation, you might be surprised what you find on that list. And then, of course, if after the fourth flare-up there's anything that is common, then you want to, of course, eliminate that from your diet moving forward, especially during pollen season, because it's really not so much the pollen in the environment as it is the food that we're eating or drinking that's the trigger for this stuff to happen. But the Cell Shield RTQ and being on a dairy-free diet should go a long way towards helping. Now, if you're bold and adventurous, there's one other thing that you can do. It's called a nasal-specific technique. Nasal-specific technique. The only people that practice it that I know are naturopathic physicians. Now, what state do you live in? I'm sorry, New Mexico?
New Mexico, yep.
Okay, so, and you went to see a naturopath?
Yeah, he does have an MD, and the only reason I'm not firing him is he's actually dipped his toe into the longevity stuff because of his ex-girlfriend, who is an Oriental medical practitioner.
All right, well, ask him if he knows anybody that does a nasal-specific technique, or even do a little Google search for it. It's a very interesting technique where they insert a tiny little balloon into your nasal passages and inflate it. And it gives you a little chiropractic adjustment from the inside out. Yeah, have you ever had that done?
No, I actually had an ENT suggest doing that.
Well, there you go. For chronic nasal stuff, often that can be magic, but I got to warn you, the first couple times they do it, man, you know, it feels like someone's punched you in the nose, but it's only momentary. Check it out, nasal-specific technique, plus everything else. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We got to install them refrigerators, don't we? Thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. Remember, tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time, it's a live Introduction to Longevity webinar, which is a perfect opportunity for you to expose your friends and family members and whomever you want to show this message to this message. It's a live event. We have it once a week. Couldn't do it last night. I was too wrapped up in the tax stuff. You know how that goes. But we're doing it tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time, so check it out. Bring your friends, 8 o'clock Central Time. Check it out at fireyourmdnow.com. fireyourmdnow.com. 866-582-9933 is the number to call, 866-582-9933. Just like Lauren from Glen Rock, Pennsylvania did. Hey, Lauren, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Good afternoon. I love your show.
Thanks. You're too kind. I appreciate it. Tell everybody about it. We're trying to amp up the ratings here, so spread the word.
I am. Well, my question is, barring an emergency, I am done with going to the well of traditional dentistry for the treatment of tooth decay.
Really?
So what I need to know is, how do I support the structure and function of the processes necessary to reverse and repair and prevent further cavities, which are now appearing on the front of my front teeth, so I know it's not stuck food.
Yeah, well, I wish I knew. You know, I don't. I mean, I know how to prevent it. I can help you prevent it, all right. But once you've got the little bacteria that are in there, and there's been a little bit of rot, I have no idea on God's green earth how to get on the other side of that. And there's got to be a way. Now, I'll give you a little insight into the mind of Dr. Glidden. Years ago, I've been a yoga aficionado since I was 13 years old. That's right, 13 years old, right? I took my first meditation class when I was 13 years old. Freaked my parents out. When I was in college, I spent a year and a half in college. I thought it was a waste of money. So I dropped out, hitchhiked across the country, and spent a year and a half in a yoga retreat in Northern California and became a licensed certified yoga practitioner when I was 20 years old in 1979. I mean, I've had my feet in this well for a long, long time. And I just finished reading a book about a Himalayan yogi who lived for 180 years, and it's all documented. This guy lived for 180 years from the late 1800s until, whenever he died. I don't know when it was, but and it was all documented. Newspaper people and press and people from all over India came. And he, one of his devotees, so to speak, a person that followed him around for the last 20 years of his life, wrote his story. And part of the story that he told was this Ayurvedic medical treatment that he did 3 times in his life. It's called Kaya Kalpa, Kaya Kalpa. It's a secret Ayurvedic, and Ayurvedic medicine is the oldest system of medicine on the planet. It's a secret Ayurvedic medical technique. And he did the technique. It's all herbal medicine. It was all herbal medicine. He made this herbal stuff up, went into a mud hut for 30 days, and had somebody come into the mud hut and give him a little bit of this herbal medicine and a little bit of fresh cow's milk every day for 30 days. And rejuvenated his body to a remarkable degree each time. And each time he did the Kaya Kalpa treatment, his teeth grew back. His teeth grew back. Let me say it one more time. His teeth grew back. So, I know that there's a way to do it, but I have no idea on God's green earth what that way is, but I know that it's possible to do it. And that might sound like an extraordinary statement, but, that's how I roll. And so if you can figure that out, first of all, you're going to be the richest woman on the planet, and let me know. I'd love to share in that.
Okay, I will.
But preventively, what we do is mineralize. So we mineralize the teeth. So, of course, calcium and the plant-derived minerals would be the key players here. So what might be an interesting experiment to do is to mix 1 ounce of the liquid calcium, either the OsteoFX Plus or the Cherry Mints, or the OsteoFX Plus or the Cal Toddy, 1 ounce of either the OsteoFX Plus or the Cal Toddy, with 1 ounce of the plant-derived minerals, 1 ounce of the plant-derived minerals, not the Cherry Mints, the plant-derived minerals. Put that in your mouth and just swish it around. Swish it around inside your mouth, get it up and around your teeth and your gums for 1 or 2 minutes. Swish it around inside your mouth, and then swallow it. And let that be part of your daily dosing strategy. And if you give your teeth and your gums direct applications of the calcium and the minerals, they're going to get stronger, they're going to get hardier, and they're going to be more likely, more able to maintain their health in the face of a bacterial problem. And if you can figure out how to regrow teeth, let me know, baby. I'm all in on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Peter Glidden pushing the envelope today. Stick around. Hey, what are we doing? Are we working? We having fun? We're doing a little bit of both here. Every day, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 Central. That's 3 to 5 Central time, Monday through Friday. Right here on Fire Your MD Now. Please check out the website, fireyourmdnow.com. Lots of great information on it, fireyourmdnow.com. Also, you want a little treat, go to fireyourmdnow.ca. That's our affiliate up in Canada. Those boys and girls are knocking it out of the park every day. I wish I had 100 more people like the people in Canada. Let me tell you something. The Canadians are really stepping hard on the gas pedal here, dramatically increasing their monthly incomes and dramatically increasing the health outcomes of those in their family and their churches and their neighborhoods, and it is a beautiful thing to watch. Check it out. fireyourmdnow.ca. 866-582-9933. Lines are open here, 866-582-9933. We're going right to North Carolina. Looks like Michael's got a question about HGH. Hey, Michael, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. Good to talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
I got a buddy of mine that he and I are pretty close to age and same body build and everything like that. About a year and a half ago, he really started taking his workouts to the next level and started bodybuilding and entered some competitions and stuff, and has been really trying to encourage me to do the same. And, I'm not the type of person that, has ever taken any substance, illegal substances and stuff like that. And a lot of times when I think about bodybuilding, I think about steroid use and all that stuff. But at the same time, what I have, kind of researched lately is that a lot of bodybuilders take, human growth hormones and to try to get themselves to that next level. And I have no idea what human growth hormones do. I do kind of a little bit, but I don't know if there's any side effects or anything like that, what the long-term, hazards are of using something like that. And didn't even know if longevity had anything that could promote something that would make me compatible if I decided to go into, a competition of some sort.
Well,
so kind of looking to your
boy, it's very timely that you should call. Coming up at the Longevity Conference in a couple of weeks. It's the first weekend in May, coming right up on us in Las Vegas. There's going to be one of the celebrities at the conference, besides Dr. Glidden, of course, is a gentleman named Abe. I'm going to have to look up his last name. I'm not big into bodybuilding, but this guy is big into bodybuilding. Go to Longevity.com, Longevity.com. Click on the conference link, the convention link, and you'll see a list of the speakers. And this guy is one of them. And in the world of bodybuilding, he's like a big deal. He's been on the cover of a number of different bodybuilding magazines, and he's doing it all naturally now. And there is a whole group of bodybuilders around the world who do competitions naturally without any steroid hormones or without any hormone intervention whatsoever. So there is a big coalition of bodybuilders who are going all natural. Then there's got to be a way that you can source their information out. So the first thing I want to tell you is that somebody's already thought of that, and there are people that are way ahead of you, number one. Number two, stay away from hormones. Stay away from hormones, and here's why. If I was a mad scientist and I wanted to, hurt people, I was a sadistic son of a gun and I really wanted to hurt people like Hitler, well, of course, the first thing you could do is mess with somebody's brain or central nervous system, right? Develop some type of nerve gas, and that would hurt people because the central nervous system affects everything in the body. The next thing you could do is develop some type of drug or gas or some type of insidious thing that infected people's hormones, because hormones affect every single aspect of the human body. I mean, it's a big deal. Hormones work on every single cell of the human body. Hormones have a big footprint in the human body, and if you want to mess with somebody, mess with their hormones. I mean, just look at what happened years ago in the 70s in the United States because of pharmaceutical insanity, unchecked pharmaceutical monopolistic insanity. Premarin was the largest selling medicine here for 20 years. Premarin was a synthetic hormone, a man-made hormone, delivered to women, millions of women, for a non-medical condition, menopause. So we made up a man-made hormone and we gave it to women, and guess what happened? Breast cancer, uterine cancer, death, thrombophlebitis of the legs, and all kinds of side effects from a man-made hormone. So look, man, don't be messing around with hormones, because if you do, you're playing with fire, number one. Number two, there's a big community of people who are out in front of you already, building their bodies the healthy way without any type of drugs whatsoever, and I would align myself with that community. And number three, I'm going to tell you a story here. I love this story. Dr. Wallach was giving a lecture in Arizona about 10, maybe 12 years ago. And Dr. Wallach's whole thing, well, not his whole thing, but one of Dr. Wallach's mantras is, exercise without nutrition is suicide. Exercise without nutrition is suicide, right? Because when you exercise, you stress your body, and then post-stress, your body attempts to strengthen itself, but it needs raw materials to strengthen itself, and you don't have the raw materials because they're not in your food. So the more you exercise without nutrition, the faster you burn through your body's nutritional stores and you actually accelerate the genesis of chronic disease, which is why you see high school and college athletes dropping like flies now, like that basketball player in March Madness. He snapped his leg right in two. Why was that? Because his bones were weak. Why were his bones weak? Because he's drinking Coca-Cola, eating fried food, eating all the wrong foods, and not taking any nutritional supplements of any decency into his body on a daily basis. And so when you push the envelope but you don't fill the tank up, you're going to burn the car out. So anybody that's exercising, especially if you're trying to sculpt your body and build muscle mass, you need to give your body the raw materials it needs to get the job done. So Wallach's given a lecture a number of years ago in Arizona saying that exercise without nutrition is suicide. There was a big health community down there in Arizona, and the guru of the health community was a woman. I forget her name, but she was a leading aerobics instructor in the United States. And she had a big following. Hundreds of women and people were following her. You know, she's like the Dr. Oz of the aerobic community in the Southwest, right? Halfway through Dr. Wallach's lecture, she gets up in frustration, literally marches out of Wallach's lecture with her troop following behind her, all marching in unison going, you don't have to take vitamins, you don't have to take vitamins, you don't have to take vitamins, just do exercise, right? This was their whole thing, saying, Wallach, you're crazy, all you need to do is exercise and get to the gym, and that's really the secret sauce. And they left, it completely disrupted the whole lecture, and marched out of the place, and Dr. Wallach was left not knowing what to do, so of course he just soldiers on and follows through with the lecture. And, of course, the evening was ruined after that. Now, 3 months later, all of a sudden, Dr. Wallach starts to see that people from this particular town in Arizona started buying longevity products like maniacs. I mean, the numbers just went through the roof, and all of a sudden they popped. I mean, they popped. It was like everybody in this town was buying up the longevity supplements, and what the hell happened? Well, what happened was the guru, the aerobics guru who marched her cadre of people out of Wallach's lecture was on a treadmill at her gym, and she died of a heart attack, fell on the treadmill, and the treadmill ripped her face off. I mean, heaven forbid. She died of a heart attack while on the treadmill because she wasn't supplementing, and proved Dr. Wallach right. And all of her coalition looked at her and said, holy crap, Wallach's right. And so they all started buying nutritional supplements like they needed to in the first time. So listen, Dr. Wallach wrote the book on medical nutrition. Wrote the book on medical nutrition. And if you're going to be exercising, bravo, it's an excellent thing to do for your body, but you're going to be putting extra stress on your body when you do that. And your body needs to be able to handle that extra stress by taking extra nutrients into the body. Now, if you exercise and supplement, you're going to be Superman. You'll be Superman, but you won't just be muscularly strong, but your heart and your liver and your kidneys and your lungs and everything will be strong from the inside out. And man, that's a recipe for longevity. So the recommendation is, it's simple sauce, man. There's no magic here. It's 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of HGH Youth Complex, which is, you would think it stands for human growth hormone, but it doesn't. It's not human growth hormone. It's the amino acid precursors to hormones in the body. So it supports your body's own production of hormones. It's called HGH Youth Complex. The recommendation would be 1 bottle of HGH Youth Complex per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of D-Stress, D like David Stress, 1 bottle of D-Stress a month. 1 bottle of Glucogel Plus liquid, 1 bottle of Glucogel Plus liquid per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and Rebound FX. Now, Rebound FX in the citrus powder form, Rebound FX in the citrus powder form, not the liquid form, the citrus powder form. You want to use that when you're at the gym, when you're working out, instead of Gatorade. Now, if you take the supplements during, your life, supplement in the morning, supplement in the evening, a round of supplements in the morning, a round of supplements in the evening, and while you're at the gym, if you do the Rebound FX instead of Gatorade, that is our secret sauce for having a healthy workout from the inside out. And man, also, every single, and I mean 100% of every athlete that I have recommended do this program, especially with the Rebound FX, during the workout or during the golf match or during the basketball game or during the hockey game or during the football game or during the competition, whatever it is that they're into, when they take the Rebound FX, every single person reports back that their recovery time is less, their hand-eye coordination is better, their stamina is better, their energy is better, everything brightens up. Man, I'm telling you, man, you are going to love how you feel. And your buddy who got you into this is going to be looking at you out of the corner of his eye. He's going to be seeing how good you're doing without the hormones. He's going to be scratching his chin, and within a couple of months, he's going to be coming up to you and going, hey, man, hey, Michael, what is it that you're doing? What's the secret here? I want to know. Check it out. You're going to love how
Dr.
it feels.
Glidden, one last thing. Did you put in there the healthy joint and bone thing in that? Because one of the things I'm noticing with him is that as his weight is increasing, the stress that it's putting on his joints and stuff like that is starting to hurt him as well. So
So no, the Glucogel liquid. The Glucogel liquid is the secret sauce there for your bones and joints. You don't need the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. That's got stuff in it that's extra. If you just do this program, which includes the Glucogel liquid, your bones and joints are going to be strong, strong, strong. And the proof of this pudding is in the eating, man. Hey, that's my cue to go right to Florida to talk to our old friend, Abby. Hey, Abby, it's good to hear from you again. Thanks for calling. What's up?
Hello, doctor. How are you?
Very, very good. How's it going down there in Florida?
Excellent, excellent. I just have a quick question for a friend of mine. She's 138 pounds and has chronic dermatitis really, really bad all over the body.
Yeah, it's a gluten problem and an essential fatty acid deficiency, most probably. It's a gluten problem and a deficiency in essential fatty acids, most probably. And, oftentimes remarkable things happen just by cleaning up the diet. And I mean, not even any supplements whatsoever. And then when you take supplements, these people start taking supplements, it's like everything changes because they've been running on empty for a long time, and they've been kicking themselves when they're down by eating the whole wheat, oatmeal and the steel cut oats and the Wheaties and the bagels and the whole wheat bread and the pizzas and the dinner rolls and everything that we all eat here all of the time. So just get them on the 10, away from the 10 bad foods. Give them a healthy start pack in the selenium, appropriate for body weight. And if you want to, you can give one extra bottle of EFA Plus, one extra bottle of EFA Plus a month. And within 8 weeks, you should see a remarkable turnaround in the skin.
Okay, I have something that I want to say for the lady that called before for the tooth decay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I read a book some time ago, and I did this myself, and it worked. There is a book out there called Cure Tooth Decay by Ramiel Nagel, R-A-M-I-E-L. The last name Nagel, N-A-G-E-L. I did this myself, and I sealed one existing cavity, confirmed by the dentist in 3 months.
Spell me that last name again.
Nagel, N-A-G-E-L.
N like Nancy?
N like Nancy.
Okay. And what's the first name? I'm sorry?
Ramiel, R-A-M-I-E-L.
Okay, RAM like Mary, IEL, Ramial Nagel, Preventing Tooth Decay. Is that the name of the book?
Cured tooth decay.
Oh, cure tooth decay. Using the cure word. Oh, I like the guy already. Well, all right. All right. We got it right here from the horse's mouth, ladies and gentlemen, which is why this is such an awesome thing to be involved with because, you know, I don't know everything. Who knows everything? God knows everything, but he ain't talking or she ain't talking, right? So this is it. What I don't know, listeners are going to know. What they don't know, I'm going to know. And round we go, and we lift everybody up into the wonderful world of health and wealth. How's your group going down there in Miami, Abi?
It's growing little by little, but everyone is very, very happy with the products.
Yeah, very, very good. Will you be able to make it to the conference this year?
No, I'm not really sure. I got my vacation already.
Yeah, well, hey, never mind. You live in Miami. You have a vacation every day, for goodness sake. It's still snowing up here. I'm going to be off to Alberta and Canada this weekend, and the last time I checked, they had a foot of snow on the ground, and it was, below 30 degrees, so I'd much rather be coming to Miami. What can I say?
If you want to come down next Saturday, I'm going to have a birthday party for my daughter.
All right, Abby. I'll see what I can do. Hey, thanks for the phone call, buddy. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Victor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I had time to answer everybody's question. Mary from Michigan, I'm not going to have enough time. We're up against the end of the show today. Please call back tomorrow. You have a question about an oral autoimmune disease with your son. Your son does not have an autoimmune disease. Nobody has an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune diseases have been mischaracterized by MDs as autoimmune diseases. There's a problem, but it's not an autoimmune problem. So the recommendation is eliminate the 10 bad foods. You can get that list by signing up for my free newsletter on fireyourmdnow.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. You'll get the list of the 10 bad foods. And give your son one anti-aging healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and one bottle of Ultimate Selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and one bottle of Z like Zebra Radical per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Do that program for 3 months and see how he feels. You want to get those products at the wholesale price, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'll see y'all at the webinar tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time.